DES. Welcome to the great broadcast of TNN Tiger News Network. I'm Destiny Brown.
And I'm Sarah Jackson.
And as you can see, we're at the bottom of the Smith Mountain Tower and trails.
I think it's time to get some
lunch, it's time for lunch, it's time to munch, crunch, eat a bunch, it's time for lunch, not brunch, I'm starving, lunch, it's time for lunch, it's time to munch, crunch, eat a bunch, it's time for lunch, not brunch, eat some cheese, peas, broccoli.
I got this feeling inside my bones. It goes electric wavy when I turn it on. Off from my city, off from my home. We're flying up no ceiling when we in our zone. I got
throughout the galaxy, an alert has sounded, warning of the most urgent crisis to ever face the children of Earth. Finally, one was chosen to go to Earth and answer the call. His name is Omega Man.
Choices you make today, young people, will determine your tomorrow. The choices you make here in middle school, 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade, high school years, college years. Everyone say, hold on to your dreams. I believe in you. Dream makers do what is right. Dream breakers do what is popular. Hey, I got some alcohol over here. What are you gonna say? No! Negative peer pressure. They're trying to steal his dream away. If I believe, I'll achieve. Every bad choice you made in the past, let's put it in this book today. The choice I make today will determine my tomorrow. Hey, mom and dad will never know. Hey, my teachers will never know. Now, this thing has overtaken my life. Those that stop learning, stop bleeding. When you start making right choices with your actions, guess what happens? It clears right back up. And you get right back on path, right back on the horse.
Finally made it up to the top of the mountain. We went half a mile up, and we have a little bit ways to go.
And we're going to interview Mr. Harold Banks about the history of the cabin and the fire tower and everything.
All right, it's great to be here with the Tiger News Network. Y'all world famous. I see your YouTube videos all over. You know, you got thousands of followers. I want to tell you a little bit about the history of the fire tower and why it's here. When Lake Martin was built, it was completed in 1926. That's a long time ago. You know, it's amazing. We're almost 100 years old. But the land didn't look like this. Almost all the forests were cleared and farmland. And when they built the lake, they cut all the timber inside the basin and all around the shoreline. And so as soon as the dam was completed and the waters of Lake Martin started filling up, every time it rained, mud and silt would wash down into the lake. The power companies became concerned that the lake would eventually not fill up, but the volume would be decreased and they wouldn't be able to make as much power from the Martin Dam. So they went on a huge tree planting campaign. They own thousands of acres around here, and they cooperated with the Civilian Conservation Corps, the Alabama Forestry Commission, and the Russell family on the other side of the lake, and there were millions of trees planted. And once they had trees planted everywhere, they didn't want to see them burn up. So they wanted to create a fire protection network. So they built 6 fire towers scattered on mountains all around the area. And Smith Mountain was the first tower and the central tower to that 6-tower network. They could spot fires all over about a 5-county area. So they had to have an office for the fire tower personnel. This was the central office for the 6-tower network. This is the district office of the Alabama Forestry Commission. And this was their office right here. It was a basement. You see the foundation for the basement. And then it was a wooden structure that came up on the chimney right there. The chimney didn't have a fireplace. It had a wood stove to heat it. And there's several interesting things about this building. To get water, there's no way they could get water here. This mountain's solid rock. They couldn't dig a well. So what they did, they had gutters on the roof, and it would funnel water down into this concrete tank called a cistern. And so every time it rained, the water would flow through the gutters down into that cistern, which is essentially a water tank. That's how they got their water.
What made y'all choose this location, for this?
Well, the tower was chosen, the location of the tower was chosen long before I was born. I know that's hard for you to believe that anything's that old. I'm 71 years old, but the tower was completed in 1939. But they chose this location because when you get there, you'll see you've got an unobstructed view for 360 degrees. You can see a really long way, even without the tower. And from that tower, you can see all the way to the mountains in Talladega National Forest.
So I'm here with Mr. Bynum, and I've been seeing these signs around, and I just wanted to ask you, well, how are these signs so important?
Well, what's so important about them is that it's information that's relative to here and nowhere else. The plants, the animals, the geography, the minerals, the story about the gold, all those stories are part of the history of Tallapoosa County. And the photographs that are on all these graphic displays were taken locally. They weren't taken somewhere else. One of our good friends, Kenneth Boone, who works with the Lake Martin Living and Lake Magazine and the newspapers, he's taken most all these pictures. So the photographs and the information, a lot of the information was research done by Harold Banks, a local resident. He's our local historian. And we just think it's unique that all the information and all the photographs came from here and not from other locations. So we're excited to share the story of Tallapoosa County here at Smith Mountain.
Can you tell me about what this is right here?
This tower, you were just up on the tower, Cameron, in about 2010 and 11. Some of the members of the Cherokee Ridge Alpine Trail Association saw that the tower was here and it was in real bad condition. It had been used for many years. It was out of use in 1980 and been here for a long time, not being used. We just thought, man, this would be great to have trails in the area and then have a tower so that you could go up on the tower and see all around Tallapoosa County. So our group got together and we essentially took the tower apart, for the most part, from the top down. And we took a lot of the metal and had it galvanized and put it back on. We put all new bolts back in. And we put the little screen mesh along the rail so that people wouldn't fall off, particularly little children. And it took us about a year or so to do all that. A lot of volunteers. We had some engineering help, and that was donated to us. We were very fortunate. Lake Magazine and Lake Martin Living Magazine started doing articles about it. And they were excited, as we were, to be able to open this up for people to go up and see the view, a destination. And in that process, we needed money. So all the people who are on these really nice plaques right here gave money to help make this possible. And of course, the end result is you and I and all the people here today had a chance to go to the top and see all the views. And then later on, people continued to give, and the signs, the graphic displays, we put all them up. It took a lot of time and effort from volunteers, and it also took money from people who just wanted to help.
So
people like to give to good things for good reasons.
So these are just like people from the community?
Just from the community. Money didn't come from way out anywhere. Most people are people that live here in Dadeville and Ellick City and also around the lake. And they just wanted to help. They thought it would be a good place for you and other people to come and see it and enjoy it.
We're going up the tower.
Why? I'm just taking pictures. I'm going all the way up. Why?
All right, Gay.
How are they going so fast?
You all right?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm so scared. Oh God. I'll have my eyes.
Well, that brings us to the end of another great broadcast of TNN Tiger News Network. And as we always say, have a great day or not, the choice is yours!